Hello there. Welcome to After the Journey. This video series is for people who met their twin flame a while ago, and either you're with your twin flame, you're not, or you're working on it. But the idea is, after the twin flame journey is over, what do I do? Like, what's next? What's after that, right? Now, if you're still trying to figure out what to do about your twin flame, I got you covered. I'm still doing videos about twin flames. I even have a couple of playlists on this YouTube channel. Go check them out. The first one is called The True Twin Flame Teachings. The other one is called Twin Flame Science. But this video series, I've got a lot of people on this YouTube channel. I've been here for 7 years doing this, and I thought, well, maybe they're ready for something else. Let's get into the topic of today's video. So I picked a very overdone title for the video, very overdone, very, like stereotypical, maybe, I don't know, I guess it's a good question. Like, how do I know what I'm supposed to do in life, right? And it's just, I think everybody's got their own video about how do I find my life's purpose. And I don't want this video to be like another generic video where I talk you in circles for 20 minutes or whatever. And then at the end, you're like, well, I still don't know what to do. Like, how do I figure it out, right? No, I'm going to make it really super clear. You're going to know exactly what to do. So this is going to be for all goals, big and small, right? If you got big ideas, if you just want to have like a nice quiet life, meet somebody, start a family, it's for everybody, right? So big and small, you want to start a business, travel the world, or you just want to have like a nice quiet life and live out your life and just be happy, right? Okay. This will work for anybody. So we're going to talk about asking God. We're going to talk about asking your higher self and how do I do that? And don't feel like you don't have any say-so, because this is one of the things that people struggle with when it comes to this question is, well, do I have free will or is it destiny, right? And a lot of people that watch a video like this, they're usually coming from a place of, well, it's got to be destiny, right? And this philosophical discussion on its face, it looks like it has to be all one or the other. It's either all free will and you decide, or it's all destiny and someone else decides for you. The truth is somewhere in the middle, okay? There is a balance here. And I'm going to give you an analogy. I think that'll make this make sense to you. And be assured, by the way, when you allow like your higher self and God to kind of bring you things that maybe would serve you that you aren't really aware of yet, that's the whole thing, is it's going to serve you. You're going to like it. You don't have to feel like, I don't get to say so and I don't have any choice, and well, what about what I want to do? No, that's the thing, is that it's something you're really going to want to do. Okay? I'm here to let you know that God's got your back. You are that. You are the whole universe. Literally, that's who you really are. At the deepest level, right? So beyond the mind, you are the soul. Beyond the soul, you are everything. The all, right? The God consciousness, right? The universe. So think of it like this. Think of like the whole world's oceans, all the oceans in all the world, right? And then you have, so let me just say this. So that's God. That's everything. That's the all, right? That's the universe, everything inside and outside, plus the great mystery, the unexplained cosmic force called consciousness that can't be named, can't be known, right? That the great mystery, which is why Hermes called it the all, right? And I do too. I do that a lot. Or you could just call it God, right? Some people, they don't like that word because it's been butchered and a lot of people put a lot of things on it that don't really belong there. But understand, God is just all that is plus the I am, right? It's the universe plus the consciousness. Okay, so that's all the oceans on all the world. All right, next, you've got individual oceans, right? You got individual oceans. So, I don't know, what is that? Soul societies. And then you've got areas of each ocean, soul families. And then you've got waves going through the ocean, right? So you got all these different levels of the ocean, and then you have waves in the ocean. What's the wave? Your soul, your higher self. Remember, that's you. That's you. It's got your back. It's going to hook you up. You're going to like it. Whatever it wants to tell you, whatever it wants to show you, you're going to like it. Trust me, right? It's you. Now, what are you then? Well, you are the little white wave crests at the tippy top. So I'm going to, show you like a visualization on the screen right now for several seconds. The wave, and look very carefully at the tiny wave crests at the top of the wave. Right? You see that? So it's this huge, tall wave, and then about this much of it at the top is like this white wave crest, and there's a bunch of them on the wave, right? Okay, those are incarnations. That's every time you've been a physical person. Now, is it free will or is it destiny? Well, right now you might be thinking, well, it's all destiny because the little white wave crests are powerless. No, you're not. You're in this life right now. You've got your whole life left to live right now in this physical incarnation right now. There's lots of things that you can choose. And the things that the wave and the ocean is bringing to you are things that you're going to like too. But let me make this simple. Let me demystify this. So what about the free will portion? And by the way, again, I'm going to tell you specifically how to talk to, how to like read the code, whatever God, the universe is trying to show you, how to listen to your higher self. That's going to be the kind of the last thing that we're going to do, because it'll make more sense to you if I explain this philosophy first. So just stick with me. Stick with me here, guys. This is really important. You got to understand this. So free will. Well, think about it for a second. What else could a mortal human possibly want? Health, wealth, relationship. And as far as like wealth and relationship, those things, I think they come in varying degrees, right? Everybody wants good health. Everybody agrees about that. Wealth, maybe you want a ton of money. Maybe you just want like a normal salary. Maybe you want a little bit more than you got, right? So like I said, this will work for everybody, big and small. Everybody's got different goals. Relationships, I think pretty much everybody wants one of those, right? Maybe you got your twin flame. Maybe you're like, I'll take the awakening, right? That's the whole point of meeting them, is they trigger your awakening. Some people end up with their twin and some don't. And some of the people that don't, they don't want them. And that's like a big controversy. You're not supposed to say that. Everybody knows you're required to be with your twin flame. Yeah, no, you're not. It happens all the time. I've got a whole bunch of people on my YouTube channel that I've helped to get married to their twin flame. It's called Twin Flame Success Stories. Go check that out. But some people, they kind of get to the end and they're like, I want a soulmate. It happens. It happens, guys. So whatever your goals are, whatever they are, think about it. It's pretty basic stuff. The things that everybody wants: health, wealth, and relationships. What else is there? Well, I want to travel. Right. That's wealth. You need money to do that. Right? Think about it. That's kind of it. Guys, people make like what it is that I want to do with my life and how I'm going to do that. They make that so complicated. Like they think there's all this stuff they got to do and they got to make like all these lists and whatever. And if you're doing that, think about not doing that. Think about simplifying. Okay? Think about simplifying. Make your life easier, you guys. Why would you want to give yourself more problems? Think about it. Think about the things that are really important. Like, for example, if you're trying to figure out what kind of a relationship you want, instead of the 438 bullet point checklist, can we just do like 8? Just pick the really important stuff. Keep it under 10, and I mean under 10. If you get to number 10, that's too many, right? Simplify that list, guys. Trust me on that. And each bullet point that you make, don't make it a long one. Make it a short one. Think about the stuff that's really important. Because here's the thing. Again, there's free will. There's what you say you want. And then there's what your higher self and God has planned for you. And again, if you allow God and your higher self to bring you those things, you're going to like them a lot. So you don't need to make a big complicated list of desires like what your perfect partner would be like. It could literally be 8 bullet points, each one a single sentence. I mean, making that list really simple and easy to understand, because it's not your job to fill in all those gaps. You're going to be thrilled with whatever you get. And be realistic too. I mean, relationships, you know, there's going to be, you know, disagreements and stuff like that. That's like a normal thing for relationships. Think about like letting go of some of the like Disney fairy tale stuff when it comes to relationships. Think more like your grandparents. Maybe you didn't have good grandparents, but I think you kind of know what I mean by using that as an example. Like, it's a relationship that lasts is more like a job than we would like to admit that it's going to be. It's more like work. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that it's bad and boring and that's terrible and I don't want that and I don't want safe. I want thrills and I want hot romance. And yeah, I'm telling you, you got to let go of the Disney stuff, guys. You got to let go of the Jack and Rose on the Titanic kind of stuff. Relationships, even if you have that, even if the relationship's going to last, that's not going to last. That's over like in a couple of years at the most. The Jack and Rose Disneyland fairy tale stuff. So again, be realistic about your goals when you're making a list, even like your wealth goals, right? Like, I'm going to win the lottery. Well, someone's going to win the lottery. Are you? Because there's odds too, right? So be realistic about this stuff. So that's kind of the free will part of it. And you've got a lot of say-so in how that's going to go. You know what I mean? Like, for example, do you want to start a business? Because I got to tell you guys something. It's a lot of fucking work. I coach people. I have an entrepreneurship program. It's a pilot program. I'm going to launch it to the public probably later this year when I have it all wrapped up. But I have a group of pilot students that I'm working with so that I can finish building that out. And then I'm going to launch like a complete, less expensive version to the public. And you guys, it's work, man. It's not like everybody, again, like I can't stand pop culture because TV and movies and shit make it look like having a business is this magical, amazing thing. And it can be. But how do you get to the point that I'm at, for example? I had to bust my ass. So think about these things. Think about like what you really want out of life and keep it simple. Keep it simple. So that's kind of that's the free will part. That's the part that you get as you're writing these things, journaling these things, thinking about these things, meditating on these things. Just remember, simplicity is your friend, and be realistic about those things. Because here's the thing, guys. Again, even though you're keeping it simple and keeping it realistic, there's a lot that you can do. You guys, I travel all the time. My bills are always paid. There's always money coming in. My debt's getting paid off. Like, everything's great, guys. I'm happy with the way things are. Really, really happy with the way things are. I've got savings. You guys, life is good. It was a lot of hard work to get here. But again, it's not for everybody because, you know, I have employees. I got to run everything. I got to, you know what I mean? So you got to think about what you're going to be doing there. And don't be afraid to be simple and practical, because again, there's still a lot of cool stuff that you can do. Like, I for really real can travel whenever I want, wherever I want. You know what I mean? I can for really real do that. How did I do it? Well, a little bit of magic, or I should say a lot of magic, and a little bit of practicality. Those two things together are a winning combination, guys. So working the law of attraction, I also have my Manifest Your Dream Life playlist on this YouTube channel, and there's my Manifest Your Dream Life paid coaching. It's just like my twin flame coaching. It's thorough. And you get like bonus videos every 6 months for the first year. It's affordable. There's group calls, and you guys, the calls are the shit. Oh my God, the calls are amazing as hell. Oh, we talk about some deep shit, you guys. So working the magic, that's your friend. Your body was literally engineered. I've talked about this before on this YouTube channel. Maybe I should make a video about this next week. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that. So, nobody really knows exactly who did it, but it appears that humans were actually engineered, like the human body, right? To allow us to do all of this amazing shit. So the energy centers in your body are hardwired into the mind of God. That's why the law of attraction works, you guys. You just have to know how to use the equipment, okay? And I'm always talking about that on this YouTube channel. Like every Wednesday in my videos, that's usually the kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to talk about next. We're going to talk about, okay, how do I get these messages then? Now that we got all this wonderful setup done, you understand like where your role is, because remember, you're one component of a larger system of life, right? Consciousness, life, it manifests in fractal forms, okay? You are body, mind, and soul, right? Well, guess what the all is? God. Guess what that is? It's set up the same way. It's set up the same way. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. So you're a creator. You're powerful, right? Now, I just want to say this. One last little loose end that I want to tie up. There's a lot of people, like you'll see people on the internet that want to pressure you into doing some like big mission thing. Like you met your twin flame and it's your responsibility now to ascend and to go with all of us on our twin flame mission, and we're going to save the world, and we're going to do all this holy work and a blah, 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 blah. And by the way, the people that tell you to do that shit, they're not doing any of that shit. All these social media influencers peer pressuring you, telling you, you have a mission to do. You got to get to it. Get to work. It's your responsibility to change the world. They're not doing shit. I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, it is not your responsibility to change the world. If you want to do that, be my guest. If you want to do something like what I'm doing, start a YouTube channel and start a business and a coaching program, it's a lot of work, guys. But it can be very rewarding. But you know what? Most people don't want to do that. Most people just want, like a family and shit. And that's awesome. You decide what you want. You don't even have to listen to me. I don't care, guys. So don't listen to these people. They're very narcissistic. There's lots of narcissism in this space, especially the twin flame space. And I've talked about this before. I do not care for it. It's always got to be the fucking gaslighting, the triangulation, right? A sense of entitlement. Like, you have to agree with me. I don't care if you agree with me. You know what I'm saying? I know I try to use science to like prove the things that I'm saying, but you live your life the way you want. These people are going to tell you, you have to do it my way. You got to go do a mission. Yeah, that's pretty narcissistic, guys. So whenever you see that kind of crap, just watch out for that. Watch out for that, you guys. It's your life. You decide. And again, your higher self and God, they got a plan for you too, and you're going to like it. You're going to like it. Now let's get into that. So let's start with God. How long is this video? Oh, okay, cool. So let's start with God. God, the all, whatever you want to call it, it has interesting ways of communicating with you. its favorite way of communicating with you is going to be through experiences, life experiences, events that seem to happen to you, especially synchronistic ones, especially those kinds of things. I got a friend who for years was sure he didn't want any kids. And then every time he was around children, they loved him to pieces, and he enjoyed hanging out, playing games, having a good time, having fun, being silly, right? He was so good with kids, man. And discipline, proper discipline, not too much, not too little, right? Like when the kid acts up and you got to tell the kid no, and you don't just, no, don't do that. You know, the kid's not going to listen to that. There have to be consequences. I'm going to take your video game away. I'm going to send you to your room. You're going to go stand in the corner. If the kid does something really bad, then maybe give him a swat on the butt. You know what I mean? So something like that, right? He could even do that. And he would just, you know, tell the kid, like, you better shape up or you're not going to your friend's house. You can go sit in your room all day. And they would listen to him, right? He was good at that. He was good at that. They respected him and they had a lot of fun. Every time he hung out with kids, he is, you know, like a sister that has like a bunch of kids and stuff. And they always want to see their uncle and playing games and having a good time together, right? Like everything's great. Well, now, wait a minute. Are you sure you don't want kids? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Well, he was sure he didn't want kids all the way to the bitter end. Well, what was the bitter end? This woman walks into his life, just blew him away. And she really wanted him. She was serious. She was not faking it. They're still together. She was not faking it. She was into him big time. And he felt the same way. There's just one problem. You guessed it. She wants kids. He said, okay. I guess that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And I love kids and I'm good with them and kids love me, right? And they had some kids and they're fine. He loves it. It's work, right? It costs money. It's hard work, but he's cool with it. He's glad he did it. So there's stuff like that. There's stuff like that. What's another example? I don't know. Every time I work at a job, I accelerate. I go right to the top. I get promoted right away. I work really hard. I get all these awards and accolades. Everybody's standing around looking at me like, this guy, where did this guy come from? Holy shit, right? Every job I've had. To the point where, like, one time my boss even would like do little things to sabotage me because she didn't want me making her look bad because I was working harder than her and everybody liked me more. You know what I mean? That actually happened. And I don't know. That went on for a couple of years. And then at the end, she like vigorously encouraged me to apply for a job in a different department. All right. Okay. There's just one problem. I fucking hate working for somebody else. And not just because of her. I've had bosses that were great. We were buddies even. We got along great. Everything was fine. And the company took good care of me and I made a lot of money. And, you know, you guys, I don't fucking like being told what to do. I do not like that shit. You probably figured that out by now. I'm that kind of a person. I don't like being told what to do, you guys. The only people I have to answer to is the IRS, and nobody likes them. But I pay my stupid taxes. I think of it like protection money, really. And I don't feel so bad about it because everybody has to do it. But really, that's kind of what it is. It's protection money. You know what I mean? You pay it to the IRS. You know, by the way, you don't get nothing for it. Did you know that? They don't use any of that money they take out of your paycheck. They don't use any of that to pay for roads or schools or the military. Did you know that? Just saying. I'm just saying. There's here. Let me, but before I get to the last part, let me just I know I'm going off on a tangent. Give me a second. Okay. Just go over here and find me over there. Same name, New World All-Star. All-Star is one word. ALLSTAR. I literally just made a video about that, about what they really do with the money they take out of your paycheck. Anyway, getting back on track here. I don't like it. I don't like any of that shit. I don't like working for people. I don't like I don't like feeling like I'm not completely in charge. Like my labor, I could use that to make so much more money. All I'm doing is making somebody else rich. You know what I mean? And here's another cool thing about owning a business is you can use the money you make to buy your time back. Because that was my original goal. Like at one point in my past, I wanted to just go be like a drifter with my backpack and my dog. Just go be a drifter, right? So this is when I was about 20 years old. And that's what I wanted to do. Why? Because I just wanted to like meditate and hang out and be a hippie and, you know, shit like that, right? And then I figured out that I'll never have any girls around living like that. You know, they kind of like guys that shower and have a place of their own and money and stuff. You know, it's pretty reasonable expectation. You can't be a bum. If you want me, you can't be a bum, right? Okay. So I can't be a bum, but I don't want to work for somebody else. I know. I'm going to start a business. And I found an opportunity and I started learning about entrepreneurialism. Well, anyway, when my business finally took off, the first thing that I did, you guys, was I started figuring out how can I automate? How can I hire people? How can I use the money I'm making to get my time back? And now I work maybe 15 hours a week if I want. I don't even have to work that much if I don't want to, right? I could work like no hours a week. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing is I always knew I don't want to work for somebody else. I don't want to work for money. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like the system. I want to be independent. So are you starting to kind of get the picture here? There may be things that you're doing even that you're telling yourself are things that you really want. I've been in relationships where it was supposed to be a certain way, you know, and I thought that was something that I wanted, and then it wasn't. Like, or even like the kind of person that I thought I wanted. And I manifested somebody like that one time, long time ago, right? And after a while of being together with her, it was terrible. It was horrible. I want nothing like that, you know? And it was in the aftermath of that experience that I started to think about, well, what do I really want from relationships? And God kind of brought me information and it brought me experiences. You know what I mean? So just think about that. I hope you're less confused about that part, about listening to the messages that the universe is sending you. Because again, you might want things or think you want things that if you try them, you're not going to like them. You're not going to like them. Like my friend who said he didn't want kids. And now he's like, God, what was I thinking? And he's got this wonderful wife, you know, that does everything for him and he does everything for her and they've got wonderful kids. And then me, you know, I knew I didn't want to work at a job. Sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes it's really obvious. And again, there's even another story in there. Like I thought I wanted to go be a drifter. And then I had like some girls flirting with me and I was like, okay, I can't be a drifter. That's not going to work, guys. So think about that. Think about what are the things that God has already shown you and told you. That's something for you to complicate. Here's another, contemplate. Don't complicate it. Here's another thing. Don't get in a hurry. This could take some time. This could take some time. There's no mistakes in the universe. Everything in the universe is a well-oiled machine, right? Now, what about your higher self? It's got stuff for you too, and you can talk pretty much right to it. Well, you can talk directly to the universe too. Just do the heart-brain coherence technique. I'll link a video down below for you where I explained how to do that. I think I need to redo it. Maybe I should put the Greg Braden version. I'll put the Greg Braden version down below for you. I think I like his better. But to do that heart-brain coherence technique, if you do that consistently a couple times a day, it only takes like 10 minutes. If you do that consistently a couple times a day, you're going to start to get all kinds of intuitive experiences. So your heart is going to start talking to you. Okay. Well, what's really going on is it's your higher self giving you messages, or even God. Sometimes, depending on how powerful it is. I've had some pretty powerful messages come through lately. Holy shit. So powerful that anybody else could have been very disillusioned by them. It was a big one, you guys. And there's really nothing more to that. I mean, I don't need to spend a lot more time explaining that to you, because to just meditate, live a lifestyle of Zen, build spaciousness into your life, kind of the things that I'm always talking about on all of my other videos. But to just add this, the heart-brain coherence technique, to just be heart-centered. And I do it, at least I do 2 long ones every day, once in the morning and once at night. And then I do like every hour or 2. It's like a habit now. I just do it all the time. I'll just stop for 30 seconds and do it. I'm doing that all the time. Every hour or 2. It only takes a minute to do that, to just be very heart-centered. And after a while, as you're doing that, you're going to start to get information. And again, don't rush. Don't rush, guys. Everybody wants a quick fix answer. That's why videos like this are popular. That's why here's how you find your life purpose. And I probably should have put on the video, here's how you find your life's purpose in 3 quick steps. You're going to figure it out today. I should have put that at the bottom. You're going to figure it out today. Yeah, that's not going to work, guys. And I think you know that. And I'm not going to lie to you about that. Do you want the truth, or do you want comforting lies? You're going to have to take some time with this, you guys. Journaling too. Again, journaling, that cannot be understated. Think about the events in your life where the world around you, experiences happening to you, God, showed you things about what you do want and about especially what you don't want. Journal about that stuff, you guys. You're smart enough to figure this out, but take your time. Take a year. Take 2 years. This is really important, guys. There's nothing more important. You just got done with this confusing twin flame journey. You finally got it all straightened out. Wait, it's my spiritual awakening. Now I know what that was all about. Now what do I do? Well, take time, guys. You've got your whole life. Take your time. Figure this out. Be deliberate and get the messages flowing through your heart. Listen to this out there. Listen to your experiences and listen to this in here. And take your time and be realistic, be practical. And you guys, it's your duty to live an amazing life for you. That's the only thing that I think you're obligated to do. Thank you very much. So get out there and do it. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you next time.